So, you're diving into SailPoint customization, and you've realized you need to build a custom Java OpenConnector. Well, you've come to the right place. Today, we are breaking down those very first super important steps to get you going on that development journey.
Yep, this is for you. Maybe the out-of-the-box stuff just isn't cutting it, or you've got this awesome homegrown application you need to integrate. Whatever the reason, think of this as your launch pad.
All right, think of this as your personal quick start guide. We're going to cut through all the noise and give you the absolute essentials so you can start building with confidence. Let's get right into it. Okay, before we get our hands dirty with the code, let's take a step back and look at the big picture. Seeing the whole forest before we start looking at the individual trees. It'll give all our first steps the context they really need.
The whole process, from that first spark of an idea all the way to deployment, it really just comes down to this simple 3-step blueprint. This is the core framework for everything.
So let's break that down. Step 1, that's our foundation, right? Creating the project, the package, and the class. Then comes step 2, which is really the heart of the matter, writing all the custom code for authentication, aggregation, provisioning, the fun stuff. And finally, step 3 is where the magic happens. We compile it and deploy it into SailPoint.
Now, trying to tackle all 3 of those at once, that's just a recipe for a headache. So today, we're going to laser focus on just one thing, mastering step 1. Believe me, if you get this foundation right, the next 2 steps become a whole lot easier. Okay, enough theory. Let's get practical and start laying that foundation. This is all about getting your Java project set up perfectly, right from the very beginning. So, here it is, your 4-point checklist for a perfect setup. Now, each of these steps is pretty simple on its own, but trust me, they are all absolutely critical. We kick things off with a standard Java project, add the necessary libraries, and then create a very specific package and class structure.
And let's just pause for a second on that second item. Adding those OpenConnector SDK libraries to your build path, this isn't just a good idea, it's everything. If you skip this, your project is dead in the water before you even start. Seriously, your IDE won't even know what an OpenConnector is, and you'll just be staring at a screen full of errors.
And check this out. Notice how specific this is. It doesn't just say, hey, create a package. No, it insists on the name OpenConnector, all lowercase. And there's a really good reason for that. This isn't just a style guide thing. The SailPoint framework is hardwired to look for your connector class in that exact spot. Get this wrong by even one capital letter and poof, it's not going to work. Now, you might see a lot of official examples and documentation using the Eclipse IDE, and that's cool, but don't feel locked in. It really doesn't matter what your favorite tool is. Whether you're an IntelliJ fan, a VS Code user, or something else entirely, these core actions, managing a build path, creating a package, are fundamental to any Java IDE out there.
So there you have it. The setup is done. We've laid the groundwork. So, what's next? Well, now we can talk about moving from this solid foundation to adding the actual custom functionality.
And that's exactly where you are right now. You've successfully built the project skeleton. Yeah, okay, it's an empty shell for now, but the important part is that it's a correctly configured shell. It's totally ready for you to pour in all that custom logic that's going to make your connector unique and powerful.
The foundation is solid, the project is ready to go, and the path forward is clear. Really, there's only one question left, and it's the fun one. What custom system, unique application, or fascinating data source are you going to connect to first?